Happy Tuesday!
Hi everyone! Welcome to the fan page for Global Institute for Travel Entrepreneurs. And welcome to another episode
Travel Talk Live.
Travel Talk Live. We got it up.
I'm looking for it right now.
We'll wait for a second.
Oh yeah.
All right, there we are. All right, so it is Tuesday here in the gift office, which means it is time for another episode of our web show, Travel Talk Live. I'm Vanessa McGovern.
I'm Meredith Hill.
And as you know, we are with the Global Institute for Travel Entrepreneurs, affectionately known as
Tracy,
GIFT.
Lisa Ross Meisel. Hi, ladies.
Well, we can't
Happy
say
Tuesday.
it until they actually make a comment,
Oh.
just in case.
Oh, other people can.
Oh wait! Oh, I'm
Other
not
people
getting.
see
I'm
that
not getting
too.
the comments. Oh, all right. So hey everyone. So if you are joining us and you're probably thinking, wait, aren't they in their strategy meeting? Why, yes. Thank you for asking.
I know,
we are. And everybody's ordering lunch, and we are doing Travel Talk Live,
Exactly.
and we'll have pizza waiting for us when we're done.
Yes.
For hard work, reward for hard work. Although this is not hard
It'll
work.
be working lunch.
Yes, a working lunch. So we are currently in the throes at the Global Institute for Travel Entrepreneurs and our sister company, Gifted Travel Network. We basically, it started into 2 days every quarter. We do a strategy meeting where we basically look at all of our numbers and peel back all the layers of all the various programs that we currently execute and make sure that we are of highest service to our members, that we are also on a track to profitability, because if we're not making money, we can't be of service to you. So we need to make sure that we are staying on our path and that we are delivering the highest level of service possible for all of our programs. And so we do that every quarter, but it's now morphed into 3 days.
Yeah.
This is our first time doing a 3-day strategy meeting. And Jen said earlier that we have to add another day.
I know.
I was like, wait, what? Is
know.
it like a week every quarter now?
I think we should go away.
Yeah, we really should. You know, we
think we need a
We
retreat.
could go to the Valentine. So we are in the middle of a strategy meeting, which if you're a member of the gift community, which many of you here are, you know that we're very disciplined about this process, and we also encourage our members to be very disciplined about this process too.
Yeah.
So we are taking time out of our strategy meeting to do this.
Yep.
Do this Travel Talk Live. So if you're joining us, I see so many people saying hello.
Lots
So
of people here
go ahead
today.
and leave a comment. Let us know that you're listening in and you're ready to hear what we have to say for today's Travel Talk Live. And
Yes.
let us know. Just say hello and just drop a note. All right,
So-
Tracy's saying the first one she could make.
Oh,
wow,
wow.
I'm so excited. So welcome to all of the people that are able to join. We're really excited to have you here. We've got a great topic for you today.
We do.
Yes,
really
we
good
do.
topic.
Really good topic.
Very practical topic.
Yes, yeah, it is a very practical topic.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I was like, well, what? And as we were talking about it, I said to Meredith, so what's a mindset response? And we kind of had to think about that one,
Yeah,
right? Normally
I
it's so
know.
easy because it is very, and
Yeah.
it is a tip that many gift members hear all the time.
Yep.
But it is definitely worth repeating. For
Yes.
sure.
Yes.
So let's start. We always start, as you know, with our member shout out of the week.
Yes.
Meredith, would you like to do the honors?
Member shout out is to
Faith.
Sproul. I couldn't
Poor
remember
Meredith.
who we chose.
You gave me a long laugh there. I'm like, does she not want to do the member shout out?
Who we chose because we talked about a couple
we
people.
did. That was funny. Oh my gosh,
All
man.
right,
You're so funny.
See,
So-
this is unscripted.
yeah, so
It's
it's fine.
spontaneous.
It's totally fine. It's all good. And you were the one that was
I
telling
came up
me
with her.
Yeah. For the member shout out. So
All
member
right,
shout
Faith
out.
Sproul.
Faith Sproul, long-time gift member.
Long-time gift member.
Highly engaged
She's
gift member.
Canadian.
She's a Canadian. She's
up
in
north.
Halifax. No, she's in Halifax. She's
Well, that's
northeast,
north.
right? Well, it is, but she's in the Maritime provinces of
Right.
Canada. She runs her own agency called Niche Travel Group, which we love
Mm-hmm.
because all of her agents have their own niches. And she's just been a very engaged member of the gift community. She's
Mm-hmm.
attended the Book More Travel workshop. She's immersed herself in the joint venture strategy.
Yep.
And she loves groups. She loves niche markets. And so she went out there and got a river cruise partnership with a well-known Canadian musician. And she blocked space on a Danube cruise with AMA Waterways.
Woohoo!
And she didn't block the space and then got the person, because that's the wrong order.
She did it in the right order.
She did it in the right order. She found a great partner, and now they've got a fantastic group selling out to Canadians and Americans that are fans of this musician, and they're going on a cruise. They're going on a river cruise, and the musician is the you know, the Pied Piper is the influencer, is that main person, the magnet, obviously.
What's going to help her fill the cruise.
Right, exactly. So she's doing what she's supposed to do, which is be the travel professional.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And she's not the group leader.
No.
You know, that is the musician.
Yes.
Yes. So anyway, so that is an awesome story.
And
which
hopefully
we
that
love.
inspires you guys. We want to bring these to light. That's the reason why we do the shout out of the week, is because we want to illuminate and highlight to you when successes are happening so that it inspires you. You can do it too.
You can.
You
totally
absolutely
do
can
it too. And I love Faith's example, because often we default to wineries,
yes,
you know,
exactly.
breweries, or the same sort of examples.
Especially for river cruises.
Yeah, especially for river cruises, right? But in Faith's instance, she's really giving a great example of another model to follow. I mean, musicians have hundreds of the right musicians have hundreds of thousands of millions in some cases followers, like engaged followers, like a mutual friend of ours. They're more your friends that I've sort of piggybacked and called them my friends too now. Your friend Faith, and her husband, whom his name is escaping, Tim, Faith and Tim, they traveled to Amsterdam to see Adele in concert.
Yes,
do you remember
they did.
that?
I do remember.
Because they're
That's
huge.
what they do.
That's what they do,
That's
right?
what they do, yeah.
Well, that just highlights, again, with the whole musician niche, like how many people travel and will take trip experiences just to follow their favorite musicians.
Long way.
Yeah. Yes. You know, imagine Adele did a river cruise. Woo!
Whoa.
From my lips to, you know what? Seriously, I bet you an Ama Waterways cruise would sell out in minutes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If Adele decided to go with all her raving
yeah.
fans. So somebody go out and pitch that to Adele. Maybe I will.
Or somebody else, right?
Train. It doesn't have to be.
It could be, you know,
and
Ed
sometimes,
Sheeran.
or it doesn't even have to be these big musician names.
Yeah.
Like this person that Faith is working with isn't this like national celebrity person, but there's a lot of regional people that have very loyal fans that travel with them to different places, and you can do a cruise with them or do a land tour with them. It doesn't have to be river cruises. It can be something else. So big shout out to Faith for leading the charge and inspiring, right?
Yes, exactly.
Awesome.
Congrats, Faith.
Yay.
We're so happy for you. So excited for you.
Drop a note for Faith here as well. Let her know that you are excited for her and give her a little congratulations.
Yep.
All right. So that being said, let's talk about our
what's going on in travel?
True.
We
because
decided
that
to
leads
switch up our order
to our business.
Yeah. Okay. So what's going on in travel?
What's
in
going
the travel
on,
industry?
What's
going on is, I think it's later this week, is going to be a conference called GTM.
Not to be confused with our sister company,
which
GTN.
I think stands for Global Travel Marketplace, and that is hosted and run by
the Travel Weekly team.
Owned by
North Star Media.
North Star Media.
Yeah. An amazing team. They put on a phenomenal event.
It's a really, really cool event that they started about 5 years ago. There is a sales threshold. You have to apply to attend.
It's very elite.
It's very elite. And what's cool about it is when you apply and you're accepted, they pay for you to go, right? Or no?
I don't know
so
that
I'm
part.
throwing all kinds of garbage in here. But anyway, it's
a very elite
It's very
event.
elite. There's an application process.
Yes,
not everybody is selected. And the bonus for them is then they go and tell the suppliers it's only hand-selected
really
people,
and targeted, productive agents.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then it's just,
which is what the suppliers want.
That's what the suppliers want.
Yeah.
They want to have real conversations with
actual
serious
selling
people.
agents that have proven sales.
If they're going to spend their time and money and effort going to Florida to
conferences,
meet with people, they want it to be productive for them.
Yeah.
So it's a win-win.
You know, a lot of these suppliers, they spend a lot of money sponsoring these huge home-based forums of sorts. And they often, they just, there's a lot of agents that are possibly just starting out, so they don't have a sales threshold. They don't really know what they're doing. They're just kind of there to get inspired, and that's all good. Yeah. But that's not good for the supplier, right?
Exactly.
And then, or there's just agents that their intention, unfortunately, is never to be serious.
Exactly.
And that also sucks for the supplier.
So it's a win-win.
So this is a great event for the supplier.
Because it rewards the people who are seriously selling. It gives them an opportunity to develop really good, solid relationships with their suppliers. A lot of times they're meeting suppliers they've never met before, so it exposes them to new suppliers that they might use in the future but haven't used yet because they just didn't know they existed. Yes. So it's a really cool event.
So shout out to April Hicks and Jennifer Round that are in the gift community. They are actually going back again as ambassadors for the program because they've attended as attendees. Layden's Travel actually I think is even 3 years in a row now because Anne attended one year. And so really exciting for those two gift members, April Hicks and Jennifer Round. And then John Reese also in the gift community who's new to travel. Within the last 3 years, he just started his business and he's very productive now. And he was I think he applied based on somebody's recommendation, and his sales were at the right threshold, and this is now his first year. So he's attending as a first-time attendee. If there's anybody else, gift member, or somebody watching, and you're heading down to GTM Elite, give yourself a big shout out and let us know in the thread.
Yourself a shout out.
Those are the 3 that we know of. I'm sure there's obviously others, and we give you all a big shout out for being selected for this very prestigious, highly elite event.
Which leads us to our business tip of the week. Business tip of the week. Our business tip of the week is all about the 80-20 rule. And we want to ask you, pose a question to you, are you following the 80-20 rule? And you're like, if you don't know what that is, it means you haven't read our blog articles.
or it just maybe you're new to the gift community.
Maybe you're new to the community.
Because 80-20 rule could apply to so many different things. Exactly. So let's baseline
let's break it down.
What we mean about 80-20 rule.
So what we have found and seen in the industry now that we've been coaching people for 7 years is that there is a tendency to spend 80% of your education time on product and marketing time on product education, and way less than 20% on client attraction education.
Yeah. And by product training, we specifically mean webinars that are all from the supplier, FAMs. We also mean certifications that are destination certification or cruise specific certifications. And also we mean in your host agency, spending all your time maybe learning specific technology tools that are specific to client care and not actually to selling. And you spend 80% of your aggregate time in that land.
Right. Education time, a lot of it, right? You're obviously selling too. But and what we recommend is that you actually flip it. You reverse it and spend 20% of your education time in product training. And the rest, the big bulk of it, 80% of your time in client attraction education as well as client attraction implementation. Not just education, but implementing it too. And then if you do flip this, you are going to see incredible results. And there's very few coaches, resources out there that are encouraging you to do this. And it's mostly by default. It's not something that's been like strategic, you know. There's no, it's just you get a lot of information from the suppliers, from your consortia, from your host agency on product. And I know that a very normal, common fear to have when you start selling travel is, well, I'm not really an expert. So your default is to go consume as much product information as possible so that you can feel confident and look like an expert with your potential clients.
And this brings up the question of, well, what is an expert then? Right?
Right.
And an expert isn't someone that knows everything about everything.
Nope.
That's a know-it-all. But
that is a know-it-all. But that's also an encyclopedia.
Right. You're not an encyclopedia or a know-it-all.
And you're not supposed to be.
An expert is somebody who has access to the answers. And has access to the resources. So for many of you...
I'll say it differently. An expert is someone who knows a lot about a subject.
Yes.
And if they don't know the answer to a question, they know where to go to get the answer.
Great tweak. Thank you.
Sure.
So I'd like to give a specific example.
Okay.
A lot of travel professionals out there, especially relatively new or whatever, it's very common for travel professionals to focus on, say, a honeymoon romance niche. A lot of travel professionals go to bridal shows.
Right.
And now we're getting into the season in the fall, right, where people get engaged, then you go to bridal shows and So let's just pretend that you're one of those agents. So just stick with me. So what's happening with agents that decide you want to sell honeymoons, you want to sell $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 honeymoon, you're spending 80% of your time attending a Charisma webinar, a Sandals webinar. Maybe you go on a Sandals Mega Fam, and then you're doing this certification, and then going to Love Mexico and doing all these things, which I'm not saying you shouldn't do, but I'm saying that you need to find a good balance between all of it.
Because since you're doing all of that, and then you're also dealing with clients in between, you have zero time for client attraction, education,
so what
and strategy.
If you instead developed a relationship, which is what these agents at GTM Elite are doing, which is what GTM Elite is all about. What if you develop a relationship, a really strong relationship with one wholesaler that's relevant to you? So Classic, Pleasant, Travel Impressions, Delta Vacations, whatever. We're neutral here. We're Switzerland. Just pick one that you have a great relationship with. So, and then find somebody in their department, and not your BDM. I know gift member Kara Robinson.
Yep.
She has a direct line into a really awesome person in Classic, right? And she loves Classic. She's comfortable with Classic, and now she knows somebody in Classic that she can shoot an email to, and this person works their magic, and it makes Kara look like a rock star. So what if you just spent your time focusing in on one wholesaler like that, and then instead of attending this webinar and that webinar and this thing and going on this FAM and this certification, what if you spent that same amount of time learning Facebook ads?
Right.
Just transfer that time, because you know that you can go into the back-end utility of Facebook using Power Editor. And with honeymoons, it's like taking candy from a baby, because or is that the right way to say it?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
Because you can create ads to speak directly to brides, women in a certain age demographic that live in a certain high net worth area of the country, and target ads to them when they've just switched their status on Facebook from in a relationship to engaged. Boom.
Boom.
You don't know how to do that. Why? Because you're too busy getting certified and learning every single category with Sandals and Charisma and Eldorado and all these things. And la la la. Why don't you spend your time learning about client or Instagram? Instagram's a great place to find brides.
Fantastic.
But you've got to spend more time and be obsessed with your marketing education, because you are not just a travel agent.
Nope.
You're a business owner, and you're a marketer.
Yes.
In today's digital age, people aren't walking in from the street and sitting at your storefront and taking a brochure off the rack and telling you where they want to go. Maybe.
Hold on. Jackie's asking, is there a how-to in gift for Facebook ads? No, because it's too big of a thing. Like our how-to videos are 5-minute videos.
Facebook actually doesn't allow people to do third-party. Like we couldn't even do our own training on their platform. We would be shut down in a heartbeat.
Yes, that's true.
But Facebook offers introduction tutorials on how to use Facebook. So go to YouTube, get obsessed with it, learn about it. You don't need.
And once you get obsessed, you're going to be like,
Gift is not the vehicle through which your Facebook training well-being flows.
Well, there's the mindset tweak to this.
Yes. So Jackie, go to Facebook and start. They have resources for you to learn Power Editor, and a lot of it is trial and error.
Yeah.
It
doesn't even cost a lot to run an ad.
And there are modules in the Make Money Selling Travel Blueprint that give a good overview of it and an introduction of it. But to get into the nitty-gritty of it, you just got to do it.
You do?
Get in there.
Yeah. It's like riding a bike, right? You can tell someone how to ride a bike. You can show them a video on how to ride a bike. You can write a 100-page thesis on how to ride a bike, but that person's never going to learn how to ride the bike until they get on the bike. And it's true with any client attraction strategy. Yeah. You're not going to be successful immediately. You're not going to hit it out of the ballpark every single time.
What is the mindset here to all of this, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no shortage of information.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
On any of this.
No,
there's no shortage. I mean, Carmen has done countless calls on Facebook ads.
Yep.
You know, Sandra has done several now on Instagram.
So if you're a gift member, go into the portal and look up those calls.
We've posted experts in different things like this. And we've talked about this before. So what is keeping people stuck?
What's keeping people
stuck? Why are
stuck?
they defaulting to product?
It's a mindset shift. And I think at the heart of it, the mindset shift is one of coming from an employee mindset to one of coming from a success mindset and an entrepreneurial mindset and an abundance mindset. So what do I mean by that? I mean, I did this myself. I came into the travel industry, started my own travel business from being an employee. right? I had been an employee for 10 years or whatever it was. And so when I moved into my entrepreneurial journey, I brought an employee mindset with me.
Totally normal, right?
It's very normal. And I didn't know that until several years later when I wasn't having results. And I started peeling back the layers. One of the big layers was you're thinking like an employee. You got to start thinking like an entrepreneur. And also thinking successful as opposed to thinking fearful.
Yeah.
Quite honestly. So what is an employee mindset? An employee mindset is someone who thinks, oh, I need more credentials. I need more training. I need certifications. I need to be every single specialist offered in those different places where you can become specialist.
All the many places, right?
Yeah.
Because even travel industry educational outlets have their own universities and tracks and certifications, but even within host agencies, we were just talking about this at the strategy meeting, there's like universities within your hosts.
Yep.
So there's no shortage of this type of information, and we get lost in it.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to address Jackie Williams.
Yeah, let's address her.
Because so Jackie's saying, for me not knowing the effective marketing vehicles to use, Facebook and Instagram, yet the ads and advanced tools don't usually come top of mind to implement. So let me repeat this. For me, it's not knowing the effective marketing vehicles
to use.
Okay, so Jackie, the reason why you don't know which effective marketing vehicles to use, okay, you ready? I'm going to drop a bomb on you right now. I'm going to drop a big bomb on you, and hopefully it's what you're going to say too.
Yeah.
It's because you don't know who your ideal client is.
Yeah.
Which means
you don't have clarity on your message.
You're not clear on your message. You beat me to it. Bam! This is a fun episode.
It was a fun one.
So, Jackie, you are not clear on your ideal client.
Because you're not clear on your message. Because you're not clear on your value, your brilliance.
If you had that clarity, it would be so obvious. Because you would be like, oh, well, where are brides hanging out? Well, you can market to them through Facebook, brides on Facebook, brides on Instagram, brides on Pinterest. So, okay, well, brides, you know what? Facebook's too overwhelming. I'm going to focus on Pinterest and Instagram.
She said bingo.
Ding, ding, ding.
She acknowledged it.
So that's the problem. So the problem isn't, you're smart. You're going to figure out how to use the advanced tools.
Will.
Do not worry about that. That's the
and
least of your concerns.
And if you don't, you'll find someone who can help you.
Yes,
You'll attract that into your life.
To worry about. What you need to worry about is getting clarity on your message and knowing who your ideal client is.
And how many times do I say it when I teach the message thing? When I teach about message and why it's so important.
Yeah.
How many times do I say it? Most of you skip this step. And then you wonder why you have a business card and a website that speaks to nobody.
Yes.
When you shout at everybody, you speak to no one.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Why do you think there are diet pills that are specifically targeted to specific subsets of... Do you think that my vitamins are that much different than what my husband's taking?
Your prenatal vitamins... Anybody could benefit from your prenatal vitamins.
But it's the way it's packaged because you got to talk to somebody specifically.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Exactly.
So, Jackie, I want you to email me, Vanessa@travelbusinessandthelletteru.com. Let's have a conversation if you're ready to consider business coaching. Yeah. Because that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's what we do
And not only will we help you get clear on your message, we'll then help you figure out a marketing plan
and
to attract
you know
those
exactly
clients.
what marketing vehicles to use.
Exactly.
So learning the back end utilities of those, that, don't worry about it. You're going to figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, you'll find a solution will be revealed to you on how to figure it out and how to get started very quickly.
Jackie, she's not pregnant. Don't worry about it. Jackie goes, prenatal? Oh. Vanessa's not pregnant. I'm just saying in general, like when you are pregnant and you take your prenatal vitamins, there's probably such a minor degree
the
difference.
The husband could take it too.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a little bit more folic acid in them than he really needs.
It's the way that it's marketed.
Yeah.
It's all in the way that it's marketed. All right. So raising hands totally did this
for the last 3 months.
Okay, so you guys are like, did I miss some news? No, nobody's pregnant. No
one's pregnant. No, unless we're pregnant with a new business, maybe.
No, we already have 2. That's enough. Okay, so if you guys are really liking this content, which it looks like you do, go ahead and leave a comment. So we're talking about the 80-20 rule, the business tip, and then the mindset about it. So remember, we want you to stay focused on client attraction, marketing activities, or client care activities. Like, for example, why are you so scared to call your clients and ask them how their trip was? Pick up the phone and then ask them, may I use this testimonial? Would you be so kind as to go to Facebook and leave a review for me? Which, by the way, is your next how-to video delivered by yours truly, that if you're a gift member, it'll be in your inbox, how to leave a Facebook review and how to ask for one as well.
Yep.
Or ask them, I so loved putting together this river cruise experience for you. Do you have any other friends or family or anybody in your network that you think would benefit from this type of trip experience? Because I would love to be of service to them. That's part of the 80% factor. Any activity that you're doing to actually get clients and grow your business is the 80% factor.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The 20%, you could know every single category there is on every single river cruise, every single all-inclusive resort, every cruise line. You could know every lookout spot of the national parks. You could take everything.
Everything there's to know about Australia.
But if you don't have a client, you don't have a business.
Yep.
And it's not your supplier's job to get you a client. It's your job. So this event that we talked about, GTM Elite, is so important because you need to build the relationships with the right people, because oftentimes you think, we debunk the whole expert explanation, right? Actually, you have to obviously be schooled in something, but having the resources. So the resources are the suppliers. So my example with Kara, she just, if she got this random family of five, they want to go to the Maldives or they want to do something really amazing bucket list, and Kara's like, oh crap, I've never been there before. She doesn't feel that way. You know why? Because she's got a person at Classic that she just shoots off an email to and says,
even
here's
more
what I need
importantly is because she shifted out of an employee mindset into a entrepreneurial mindset or a successful mindset. She owns her value. She gets it. She knows what she's good at.
Yeah.
She owns it. She's like, you know what? I'm really good at planning travel for high-end demanding clients.
Yes.
She has very, very affluent clients,
and she aligns herself with the suppliers that can deliver on that experience,
because that's what she's good at. And it's time for you guys to start really owning that. Like, it's okay. We don't have to be humble. There's no such thing as humble pie anymore. You can be the flower that grows taller than the others. You're not going to get cut down for doing that.
And if you're feeling stuck and feeling blocked, it could be because of what Jackie is experiencing, which is, it could just be, it's simple and it's not so simple. It's simple in terms of the identification of it. It could just be because you're just not clear on your target market, which means you don't have a message. And that is at the foundation of everything. And typically when you move into the other phases of growing your business and you keep getting roadblocks and stuck in confusion and overwhelm and frustration and how, it's probably symptomatic of the fact that you haven't gotten clarity on these foundational things. It's one of the things that Meredith and I love the most, right? When people come here for our in-person meetings, and we help birth brands. We do. We've birthed so many brands. And that involves you getting a little vulnerable. It involves you maybe stretching yourself out of your comfort zone a little financially, emotionally, spiritually. But if you're willing to do that and you're willing to let us be of service to you in that way, email me, Vanessa@travelbusiness.com, and let's birth a brand together. Because that is at the heart of a lot of why you struggle with spending time in your client attraction, because you think, I'll just dive into all this product stuff and then I'll magically have a business. That's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
It's just not how it works. So we are getting to the end of our 30 minutes.
We are out of time.
Does anybody have any other questions? I see Michelle saying, when you say a person other than BDM, are you referring to a sales agent? Yes, Michelle, we are. So
Classic has their own sales team.
A desk, of people there. Or even destination specialists.
Not everybody works that way. Not all suppliers work that way. But Classic, that's one of the ways that they work. And a lot of their salespeople have developed relationships with specific travel agents, and you can call that person for anything, any destination.
Not every supplier works that way. But check with your BDM. I think it would be a good start. If you know that you really want to build a relationship with Classic or Pleasant or whatever. I know Lisa Russmeisel's on here. She's got phenomenal relationships with suppliers that specialize in Australia and New Zealand, and she's traveled with them and she knows them, and she can send emails to the right people at the right time to get the right resources because she spent time nurturing those relationships. And that's a lot of what makes her an expert.
Yeah.
So she does it right. She's a great example of that. All right. Jody's saying clients love to know that you truly care. Yeah, absolutely. That's such a good point. And so spend more time caring. And so that, and how do you do that? It means reaching out to them, not when you have something to sell to them. So friend them on Facebook, congratulate them that their kid just got into an amazing college, or their son just turned 10 and had a fabulous birthday. Click like, click comment. You don't need anything. You're just dropping by to say hello. Or, follow them on Instagram if they're young and, millennial-y like that. Or, send them a note. Maybe my brain is already in the fall because my summer is like a write-off because every day is done. So I was about to say, with Thanksgiving coming up, well, it's not really coming up, but at Thanksgiving, do a gratitude campaign. So anyway, so speaking of the summer, I will say that you will not see me on all the Travel Talk Lives now moving forward through August. I'm actually heading to Toronto on Saturday, where I'll be there in and out for 5 weeks, and actually a portion of that time for 12 days I'll actually be in Peru with Insight Vacations. You will see me show up and you'll be like, how did that happen? Because we did pre-record a session so that we could deliver that. Summer months are tricky with schedule, but know that we are still showing up here
every Tuesday
at noon consistently. And you'll see Meredith will have other guests on too. And I'm really excited to keep the momentum going of Travel Talk Live, right?
Yeah.
So if you guys love this session and you want my email, can I get that email, please? So we'll drop it on we'll drop it in the thread here. So my email, you can email me directly, and I'd love to set up a time to chat. And if my schedule doesn't permit it, you can talk to somebody here on the team. I'll put you in touch with somebody to talk specifically about our brand birthing, messaging birthing type consulting packages. And that's Vanessa, VANESSA at travelbusiness and the letter U.com. And we'll drop it in the thread too. So Connie and Jackie, I look forward to hearing from you. If I don't respond today, it's because we're back into our strategy meeting.
Yes, we have to go back.
All the way through the end of tomorrow. We are so grateful for so many of you stopping by to watch.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Any words of wisdom to part with?
Well, I mean, it's the mindset thing. It's like, get curious. Start looking at some of your behaviors and actions. Are you thinking like an employee, or are you thinking like an entrepreneur? And a successful entrepreneur. So successful entrepreneurs take the reins. They don't wait for someone to tell them what to do. They don't look. It's okay to seek guidance.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with that. But they don't wait for the wrong party permission. Yeah. Exactly.
And entrepreneurs don't look at things in a linear fashion.
True.
Like, I will learn about Facebook ads and invest in this Facebook ads course so I can learn about Facebook ads until I get a client and see money in my bank account.
Right.
That's an employee mindset.
Yep.
That's linear. Sure. So that's another indication. So we hope that this content helped you. I had a lot of fun.
I had fun.
Right?
Yes.
Again, a big shout out to Faith. A gift member, Faith Spruill of Niche Travel Group up in Canada. Congratulations on your amazing group with AMA Waterways.
Yeah.
Our member shout out of the week.
Yep.
All right, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.